dog in the league, homie. Let's speak on it, the stretch for anybody to reach on me. Just breathe on it, don't tell them, they gotta know it's me on it. Won't kick it on me and go for 3 on you. You couldn't guard me with the cleanest armor, I got it covered, these corners. I'm the top dog in the league, homie. Let's speak on it, it's a stretch for anybody to reach on me. Just breathe on it, don't tell them, they gotta know it's me on it. Won't kick it on me and go for 3 on you. You couldn't guard me with the cleanest armor, I got it covered, these corner like
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of D's Corner. I'm your host, D. Obviously, we are still in our video of the offseason grades. Today we have AFC East. The AFC East, man, let's just touch on them for a little bit before we jump right into the video. The AFC East, in my opinion, this is a 3-team division right now. You have the Patriots, who are new. They're still going to be new. They're transitioning to a new regime. No longer do they have Bill Belichick. We know Tom Brady's been gone for a while. They do have Jacoby Brissett back, who probably should start, in my opinion. But you got the Buffalo Bills. A lot of veteran leadership lost. Cap space issues. The Miami Dolphins, cap space issues. They lost a lot. The New York Jets are showing that they're all in. But they will also be running into some cap issues. So we'll have to see how this thing goes. Obviously, each team has questions. The Patriots, is there enough? Is there enough on this roster right now? The Bills, how they bounce back after losing all the veterans that you lost? The Miami Dolphins, are you still the finesse team? Have you gotten an attitude? Are you a physical team? Can you dominate, not just run past everybody? And the New York Jets, health is going to be their biggest question this year. They went all in, but everyone that they went all in with has health issues. Haven't played a full season in a while. So we'll see how everything goes, man. So before we jump into the video, you see the tracker going across the bottom of the screen. Please like, share, and subscribe. It means a lot to me, and it helps me out. You guys help me grow, and I can continue giving out the content. If there's anything that you want me to touch on, don't be afraid to chat. Type it down in the chat. I have no problem reaching back through the chat, man. Looking forward to anybody who wants to come on and do some discussing. If you have a specific team, I will start as training camp goes on and preseason goes on. I will start doing just individual team dives, touching on each and every team, all 32, instead of just division by division. Right now, this is just what's easiest for me. Family and everything, but summer's coming. Kids are going to be out of school, so we'll see how everything goes. But let's jump in, man. Like I said, AFC East. First up, the New England Patriots. Like I said, you can see the notable additions. You can see the notable losses, as well as their draft class. This is a team, in my opinion, that had an average draft. I do like some of their players, so I'm not going to bash them there. But if you watched my AFC East draft grades, there was reported that the Patriots, for the number 3 pick, had Minnesota offering 3 picks, New York Jets offering 2 picks. You could have traded with the Giants offering 2 picks. You could have traded back with the Giants from 3 to 6. And then you could have traded back from 6 to 11 and probably still ended up with 2 draft picks next year as well as 2 this year. So I think that would have been the better haul for them. Drake May, in my opinion, just has a lot of questions. He's had to do a lot. He's tried to do a lot. And in doing so, his mechanics are off. His decision-making is off. He doesn't always have the best accurate throws. Now, he can throw. He is a bigger quarterback. They play Josh Allen a lot, so they think that's who they have. Body type wise, so we will see how that goes. For the offseason, though, I did give the Patriots a B. Like I said, I like some of their players that they drafted. I just feel like it was a lot more that they could have done. The offseason or free agency period, I did like some of the players that they brought back. They were able to sign the safety. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Out of Lenore Ryan. What's that guy's name? That's what now. It's gonna bother me. So I got to get it. Jesus, that's gonna really bother me. So, anyways, all right. So let's see. They did bring back some of their players. They weren't able to really get a haul of free agents this year. Um, they really did okay in the draft. Like I said, I like the offensive pieces they built. This should be more of a veteran-led team. Defensively, offensively is where they'll be young and they'll be trying to grow. But you did give May some players that I like in Jalen Polk as well as Javon Baker, who they should be able to grow with. Is definitely a position. They're definitely in a position for them to be able to be back atop the AFC East within a couple of years. Just like I said, going into it, the other three teams are going to really have cap issues. Kyle Duggar was the safety that name that slipped my mind that they just brought back. So they did bring back some of their leadership on defense. We will see how this thing continues to go. They still, I believe, they still have the most amount of cap space. That shouldn't change going into next season. Right now, I do think that this is the bottom dweller. This will be the team that loses the most games. They'll be last in the division. I truly believe that. I think they should go with Jacoby Brissett because there's not a lot for Drake May. And with what they just recently went through with Mac Jones, his rookie year, he was a Pro Bowler, and now he's on another team. And he has just, like, his confidence has been shook tremendously. And I don't think that's what you want to do when you have a top three quarterback in Drake May. So let the kid sit, let him learn behind Brissett, who's a good quarterback. He's a good bridge quarterback, especially, he's started, he knows the area, he knows the culture of New England. Allow him to mentor. And that's something he's not against. Allow him to compete, but allow him to mentor Drake May and truly see where this team can go. Joe Milton is the wild card here. I've seen reports where if he doesn't perform well at quarterback, they could try him at tight end. He's a huge bodied guy. He's an athletic guy, but he has a cannon for a right arm. So I would definitely like to see how things go there. All right. So next up we have the New York Jets. The New York Jets. New York Jets, their main issue is going to be, I don't think I gave my grade. My grade for the Patriots is a B. Forgive me for that. All right, so the New York Jets, their grade is also a B. If you look at the notable losses, again, the draft class and the notable additions. Hassan Reddick should definitely impact this defense. With Quentin Williams up top, or in the middle, you have a serious linebacking core. You have depth all up and down this defensive front. Jermaine Johnson, McDonald, now Hassan Reddick. So you should be able to get after the quarterback. This team's defense has been good since Salah's got there. Their offense has just been. Anyways, my favorite pick of maybe the draft is Malachi Corley. I really enjoyed this guy. Watching film on him, seeing how strong he is after the catch, he's fearless across the middle. He reminds me of Deebo Samuel and also plays very similar to a young Randall Cobb who Aaron Rodgers has. So Malachi Corley could definitely be coming in and working into a starting role. So like I said, I really like that pick. Really like that pick. Tyrod Taylor is a extremely good upgrade at the backup quarterback position opposed to Zach Wilson. So if Aaron Rodgers does go down, you have a player who's played in this division before, who's took the Bills to the playoffs, who is a smart quarterback, an athletic quarterback, and should have a lot around him to where he doesn't have a lot to shoulder and a lot to burden. There are some picks that I am weary of or confused about. I feel like they had more holes on this team or could have done more. outside of running back. You drafted 2 running backs your last 2 drafts, and then you took 2 this draft. Not really. I'm not really sure what the plan is there, especially when you have a quarterback at that of Aaron Rodgers' caliber. Now he is coming off of a serious injury. We'll see how things go. But overall, I do like it. Quantez Stiggers is a player that I am really anticipating on watching. I'm ready to see how he competes. If I'm not mistaken, he was the CFL Rookie of the Year. Has a great story. You should definitely look into his story. But overall, like I said, I give the Jets a B. Health is going to be their biggest question. Can Aaron Rodgers bounce back from health? Can Tyron Smith stay healthy? Can Mike Williams stay healthy? If Tyron Smith stays healthy, Olu Fashanu, their first round pick out of Penn State, has a great opportunity in front of him to be able to learn behind a Hall of Famer. We'll see if they try to transition him or slide him into guard his rookie year, because you have Morgan Moses on the right side, or maybe Moses plays guard and you allow Olu to play the right side. But they do have a lot of options and a lot of different personnel sets that they can play with this offensive line. You just hope that they don't dick around with it. You hope that they actually get going and see what the Jets can do, because I know this Jets fan base has been going crazy. They haven't been in the playoffs for a while. This is a division right now with all the losses the Bills have, with all the issues the Dolphins had, and with the Patriots being so young and just pretty much rebuilding. It's there for the Jets if they can stay healthy and they can put this all together. So we'll see how everything goes. Overall, the Jets get a B from me. I think they had a really good offseason. This, for the Cowboys fans, this is what it looks like going all in. You're going after whatever you can swing. You're swinging every time you sign a player. They made a huge swings. Now, if you miss, it's all right, because you're going out swinging. That's the main thing that I like about the Jets. We'll see if this offense can pair well with this defense, because we know what this defense is capable of. They were able to beat the Bills last year when the Bills had all of those veterans, with probably the worst quarterback play in all of the NFL last year. So let's see how things work this year. Next up, we have the Miami Dolphins. Again, they didn't have a lot of cap space. You can see the additions, you can see the losses, as well as the draft class. Now, some people had questions about their draft class because they had so many holes on offense, especially on the line. But we forget that Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb both had serious knee, or Chubb had the ACL, Phillips tore his Achilles. So you lost both of your starting edge rushers. So you do have to replenish that, and most likely they'll start the season on the PUP list, because they tore both of their ACL and they had both their injuries later on in the season. But you did bring in Shaq Barrett, who is a Super Bowl champion, who is a veteran edge rusher, who can groom and help Chop Robinson, Muhammad Kamara. I like the pickup of Jordan Poyer. Gives you a veteran safety to pair with Javon Holland. You still have Jalen Ramsey, and they signed Kendall Fuller, as well as Smith from South Carolina, draft pick from last year, Cam Smith. So they are okay defensively. I just want to see this team get an attitude. I want to see this team be physical on defense. I want to see this team be able to beat up playoff teams. Last year, the only team that they beat that was in the playoffs was the Dallas Cowboys, and we know how Dallas plays late in the season, so it really doesn't say a lot about this team. We know Mike McDaniel is going to run the ball. We know Mike McDaniel loves speed. He got some more in Jalen Wright. Love the pickup of OBJ, who should be able to flourish in this offense, being the third, fourth, and maybe even fifth receiving option. So he's not going to have the number one guy lined up on him. He should be able to definitely contribute. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle can run past any and everybody in the NFL. So those underneath things, OBJ is a for sure handed catcher. So we know what he can do. 500-600 yards, maybe, but that'll be a good season for OBJ, especially, the injuries and stuff that he's coming off of. Last year, he didn't have a severe injury, so we'll see where he's able to go, but I think he has some left in the tank, but he is getting older, and the injuries have started to take a toll on him. We'll see how everything goes, but I think he's a definite fit in Miami. I just want to see this team get and be physical. Really need to see that out of this team. So their offseason grade, I give them a B. And finally, the Buffalo Bills. I give the Buffalo Bills a C+. When you lose 8 veterans, 8 captains at that, that's a lot to lose. And we forget that Sean McDermott is now going to be calling the defense. So you're losing a lot of your veteran leadership on the defense who know the system. So you're going to depend on some younger guys coming in. They did trade Stephon Diggs, and you replaced him with Keon Coleman, who I really, really like. The more I watch him, the more I like. And that's outside of football. On the field, he doesn't separate well. He's not a burner. He can come in and be an immediate red zone target, but I think that the Buffalo Bills will be in two tight end sets for majority of their offense percentage. I love the pickup of Ray Davis. Should add the thunder to the lightning of James Cook. But Dwayne Carter is another player who should help that defensive front. Javon Solomon should be able to come in and learn from Von Miller and Gregory Rousseau. But you have to see how all these things pan out. The Bills are now switching from quality of wide receiver with Gabe Davis and Stephon Diggs to quantity when you look at some of the players that they brought in with Curtis Samuel, Mac Hollins. They just signed MVS as well, formerly of the Chiefs. So you see how everything goes there. I'm not sure. In my opinion, I feel like the Bills took their biggest swing for the Super Bowl and missed. This seems to be like this will be that retooling. I won't call it a rebuilding year, but this could be the retooling year. If they regress a lot, you could really see a new coach. So then you could be rebuilding. So we'll have to see how everything goes with that in that particular scenario. But I think the Bills' Super Bowl window is closed a good bit. It didn't help that they helped the Chiefs get better. They had a lot of holes. They still have a lot of holes. And you're putting a lot on Josh Allen. I've never compared Josh Allen to Patrick Mahomes. I think Patrick Mahomes is in a class of himself, but Josh was not the most accurate quarterback. He's not one that's just going to tear you apart. So we'll see how that works because most of his wide receivers are more of the possession style wide receivers. They do have a lot of big-bodied wide receivers, but it's looking like Curtis Samuel right now is their number one, but I definitely see Keon Coleman become their number one before the season is over. So again, you have to see how everything goes there. So that's going to be really, really tough. This is going to be a lot tougher division than people think and people want to give credit for. I'm ready for it, but I can see the Jets winning this division again with health. But if the Dolphins are able to get a physical, nasty attitude on defense, that could be a team to really, really, really look out for. They'll have to sign Tua soon, so that's going to be some cap issue. The Jets, they're going to have to sign Garrett Wilson as well as Sauce Gardner, so they got players that they're going to have to sign as well, which is why I said that the Patriots are in a really good position to be able to set themselves back atop the AFC East. We'll see how that goes. It won't be this year. Obviously, they still have a lot to do, but we'll see how everything goes. So again, guys, that's the AFC East offseason grades. If you could, please, you see it across the bottom of the screen, like, share, and subscribe. Do me that solid. It will really mean a lot to me. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it, guys. All right. Stay on the lookout. Check me out on the Double D's podcast. Check out the rest of the AFC offseason grades coming up, as well as the NFC. Again, I'm going to say it again. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate it.
Spazzing on the beat, they think I'm crazy. Got it under control, babe. You don't want smoke, all you see is the same.
LB tapping, keys in making waves. Ayy.
Step back, keep your distance. Ain't no telling what I just may do. I've been vibing, minding my business. Throw one up if you can relate to. Said if I ain't got it, I make do. Can't be stuck waiting on a breakthrough. And I don't need everybody praying for him. Ain't no telling who you niggas pray to.